Welcome to the Logan's Hour again. Um, Today we are grateful to be here, and I want to say thank you to the Almighty God for allowing us to come this far, and also I want to say thank you to all of my people who usually follow me and usually watch my show. I know it's not easy. Sometimes we have some other stuff to deal with, but we also stop by to encourage our brother as well. Because trust me, when you're sitting out there, you feel it's a pretty easy thing to just come up here and just talk. But let me say to you, it's not as easy as you think, though. First of all, you have to be real committed. You have to be really committed because anybody can just take on the microphone and go and speak. But what matters is your commitment. How often will you do it? How often will you abandon some of those things that you have to do for yourself first and have to come to conduct the show just to inform people, tell them about issues out there? It sounds like it's a little easy, but it's not. It's not. So today, if you're just joining us, you are on the Logan's Hour. We were at the verge of just canceling today's show, but something spoke to me and said, "Hey, listen, do not cancel today's show. Today's show is important. Let's go and sympathize with those in Ukraine because all through last night up to this morning, I have been following the news from Ukraine and following world leaders, listening to their positions on what is happening in Ukraine currently. And I came to the realization that it makes no sense. We all fighting for control. Exactly, that's what you see happening in Ukraine. Mr. Putin fighting for control. And his justification for that is so simple. And I don't know, but I don't see that to be real justification because in the end, it's the common people who are going to suffer. It's the common people who suffer because invading another country and only in the name of they have been committing genocide on the east side of Ukraine. Your people live there. Russia has long demanded that Ukraine be forbidden for over joining the NATO. So this is a whole long long issue when it comes to Ukraine and Russia. But notwithstanding, I'm asking everyone, to be in prayers with the people of Russia. You see, when I was following the news yesterday and today and everything, the only thing I was saying to myself was we that experience war, we that came from a country that experienced war, We know what it takes. We know what it means for your country to be going to war. And looking at this modern days and looking at all the sophistications, nobody fight war like those arcade days where, like Liberia War, senseless war. Take your AK, other man take his AK, and you're running behind each other. Nobody wearing uniform. Somebody see your friend come in and be like, "Hey, you come here." The other day, you were cussing me. I was telling you. These days, and what is happening in Ukraine is very sad, and not just the part of it that we just seeing from the surface, but looking at the sanctions that all of the world leaders have announced that they're about to put um, on Russia. The first thing I listened to President Biden today, I listened to the Secretary of the United Nations Secretary General. Everybody calling for economic sanction. They feel that's the easier way to strangulate Vladimir Putin. But the entire world should get ready to undergo some hardship when it comes to petroleum products. Because when you just look at oil, let's put it that way, Saudi Arabia is the largest producer of all the oil consumed in the entire world. Saudi Arabia produces 13.24% of all the oil consumed in the world. Russia is the second largest producer of oil, or the second largest exporter of oil in the world, second to Saudi Arabia. Now, Russia is the world top producer of natural gas. Russia and Ukraine is inclusive. It seems to me like when your house is on fire and somebody's house is close to your house, that house closer to your house might likely get a feedback of what is happening. What is happening in Russia now, or what is happening in Ukraine, we might just have the trickle down effect of it. Like today in Liberia, there was shortage of gasoline. Some parts of the US now, there are shortage of gasoline. The prices are going up. So we should brace ourselves for that. We should get ready for that. We should get ready that gasoline price is going to escalate. They're going to fly high. I know some people, what is happening in Russia, some people believe, oh, this is not my business, and what we got to do with Russia, and what happened in Russia, happened in Russia, what happened in Ukraine, happened in Ukraine. This is a whole global issue. The whole Europe is in serious problem because of one man, this guy here. See this guy face? This guy is uncompromising. Vladimir Putin. This guy cannot be taken lightly. This guy cannot be seen as a weaker vessel. To the point that the entire world have to come together and strategize. What do we do? Because the fact that Putin and Russia is the second highest producer of oil, and they are the top producer of natural gases, the entire world stay careful. Because he he has his own way of controlling certain commodity, which is oil. Saudi Arabia produces 13.24% of all the oil consumed. But what happened? Russia is the second largest exporter of oil. So now, if the world is trying to strangulate Russia, putting economic sanctions on Russia, Russia might just hold on to her oil. Now we're going to get into crisis. We might likely start buying gasoline for $7, $8. It is sad. I condemn the attack on the people of Ukraine. And the justification Mr. Putin gave, I don't know, that was not a real justification to me, though. But this have been planned. This has been a long time plan. But the whole invading Ukraine is not something that started today. Because after weeks of denying plans to invade Ukraine, Vladimir Putin justified his actions in an all-net television conversation, and he asserted that the attack was needed to protect civilians living in the eastern part of Ukraine. That was his reason for this attack. He said civilians living in the eastern part of Ukraine, they were being treated unfairly, and there was a lot of genocide. But those kind of justification is always to just seek attention, to justify your actions. Why everybody is condemning you, and you feel in your head that you were seeking humanity, you were trying to fight for those that can fight for themselves. But his whole intention is to control the whole entire Soviet Union. He want to put Ukraine on a Russia. He want to put a puppet president to control Ukraine, so that he can sit in Russia, in Moscow, and control the entire Ukraine. And which, of course, that is a bad sign. That is a real bad sign. I know many of us, we have less interest in that. We feel that what happened in Russia happened in Russia. But don't forget, these are global issues. That's how issue starts, and country starts to come together and from merger and spill over. Russia have over 1 million military forces, while Ukraine had just over 200,000. And Russia have been trying to get involved with NATO. Unfortunately, let me say Russia or Ukraine have been trying to get involved with NATO, to become a member of NATO. But unfortunately, until this invasion started, Ukraine is not part of NATO. NATO cannot just go in and solve Ukraine problem. But with the whole world, like what President Biden said today, they are working mechanisms into place. They're trying to list with Germany and other countries to see how can we stop this. Because the thing is, delay stopping it is the one thing. But if you allow this to go for a longer period, Putin may just feel emboldened. He feels he's so powerful. He can do anything. The fact that everybody recognizes that Russia has the second strongest military in the world, period. Nobody can argue that. But we're going to sit there and just allow another country to go and invade another country. Though there has been a problem. It carried my mom back to Liberia when we had a war. And when we're talking about the peacekeeping force coming to Liberia, they're discussing it on paper. Why are people dying? That's why you see happening right now. From yesterday up to today, Russia have announced that they have they have captured some of the strategic area in Ukraine. So this is a real issue. This is a real issue. Like I just said, another thing again that we have to take to serious consideration is wheat. Those of us that consume wheat, cocoa oats, all the wheats we eat, Russia and Ukraine, they are the higher producer of that too. Now it has hit a record high on expectation of low supplies because Russia and Ukraine, they are in confusion right now. So you know they will not be producing wheats. We have shortage of wheats. We have shortage of gasoline, oil. So what is happening in Russia now? From last night up to this morning, I have been feeling really sad about it, about the invasion. Imagine you getting up in the morning. I just imagine I was in Bengal for the 4th of Bengal when Chancellor Rebel fought prey to the enemies in Bengal. I was there. I know what's happening. I know what happened to be in bed 5 o'clock in the morning and boom, there's an attack. When you get up in the morning, you're confused. You don't know where to start from. That's why you see happening in Ukraine right now. I saw peaceful citizen conversion on the field to pray to God. It's a good thing to pray because when it happened in Liberia, we do pray. For a few hours today, when within a few hours, when Mr. Putin spoke, the Russian president, he said the Russian defense military said that it has neutralized Ukrainian military air base. So you see that when they neutralize your air base and your defense system, it means you are almost vulnerable. Right now, certain part of Ukraine, the Russian troops have been trying to just disturb or damage where they get a water supply. So it's almost like the American system. When the Americans go to war, they find where you take your supplies from, they damage it, then they have to pull organizations in place called UNICEF and all the various NGOs to start supplying you while they're fighting you. So for you to succumb to these kind of battles is much easier because the hand that feeds you, you can't bite it because it won't feed you anymore. So right now, Ukraine is asking the whole world, the entire world, because Vladimir Putin, his major concern right now is to grab the president and have his own puppet president to take over their place. So brace yourself. Gasoline price about to go out. You're about to pay more money for gasoline. Just say either drive V8, V7, V12. You're about to pay more money for gasoline because beginning next week, you will see a real hack in the prices. Because as I said, Saudi Arabia produced 13.24% of all the gas consumed around the world. So Russia is the second highest producer of oil and the top producer of natural gases. So if they're going to put economic sanctions and other things on Russia, imagine what Russia is going to do when it comes to export of oil. We ain't going to get it. So brace yourself. It's all sides approach. It's not just one side approach. And Our prayers go with the people of Ukraine. We are in prayers with you people. Since last night, I have been so sad. I was up all night. That's why you see me. I look a little sleepy, but I had to come here as well because it is a commitment that we owe it to do this, so we can shy away from it. Though we will not be here for long, we will be here for just an hour. And yes, send your prayer out to the people of Ukraine. There's a sad situation. Yeah. So thanks to everybody again for joining me. So let me just in passing before I can end this short little broadcast. I know on Tuesday we had a show here, and at a certain point in time, the show got really hot, and people called through and expressed their dissatisfaction in the community and in some people who live within the community, in the Liberian community of Indiana, to be specific. And between Tuesday to Thursday, which is today, I have received some calls from some of the stakeholders, some of the clergymen, and they expressed that they listened to the show, they watched the show, and they understood my frustration. What I was saying, I was indeed right, but they need somebody to start the process. And to those people who reach out to me, I want to say kudos. I want to say thank you. Because you see, when we start having pride and start thinking that we are superhuman and he's who to talk about what happened in the community, we've been living here since Rocker AJ, where he coming from to just go on his podcast and just bash everybody up, then we cannot face the problem we have in this community. But I was so happy when some of the people in the community reached out to me, reputable people, that even the day of the show, I never saw them. They wasn't watching the show, but they reached out to me. They said, Philip, what you are saying, it is true. We need to fix this community. Even at a certain point in time, I told some of my clergymen, because when I went hard on the churches, I thought some of the clergy people are going to be so angry with me and don't want to talk to me why I should go hard on the churches. Because, that's where sometimes they put the fear on us and say, oh, touch not my not and do my prophet no harm. But I know they harm the any prophet. But surprisingly, some of the clergy people called me and said, hey, listen, Logan, what you said, you are right. We have to reach to the point where we will sit down and have this conversation. And I'm so excited to those clergy people who reach out to me. I can call your name here because I know this is a real small community. But I'm excited that you people already reached to me. And I'm open to whatever conversation, whatever time you people are willing to have these kind of conversations that has to do with the community. I'm open. Because the reason you see we opened the platform up the other day for people to call and express their frustration is because when you look at the disparity between the younger folks and the older folks, the gap is getting wider by the day. The gap is getting wider by the day. And we needed somebody who would be brave enough to raise the issue. Let's discuss it. And God used me, used my voice. He said, speak about it. And I spoke about it. And one of the people that called me said, oh, I appreciate you. I like what you did, but the only thing I didn't want you doing when you said you will call names and shame people and you will go and get a list of people who do not pay the dues and call the name on your show and shame them. I don't feel that would be a good idea because there's a small community. Well, I want to say thank you for that. Thank you for that input. Thank you for reaching out first. But what I said on my show on Tuesday, that I would name people, I would shame people. I will. I will. When the time comes, I would name people. I would shame people. And even if we're about to go to election, whoever person stepping up to become the next president of this community, you should be very sure that your closet is not dirty. You should be sure that you do not have skeletons in your closet. You should be sure that you are in compliance with the rules and regulations that governs the community. Other than that, you will be named, you will be shamed. We will call your name. If possible, we'll bring your picture up here and display your picture. Yes, I can say it here, and I'm saying it now. So all of you sitting in your very homes, eating your McDonald's chicken, you have plans for the community, and you're not saying anything right now. Few months from now, you will jump in front of us and be telling us how you want to be the next community leader. You have your vision, and you start bringing 15 pillows and 10 pillows that you can justify. Those are literature. We want to see it. Your life should be your classic example. Your life should be your campaign. Writing 10 pages to come and read it in front of us. We want to see those things. Your life should be your campaign. So I know the campaign I have embarked on, some people will not like me. I can rest assured, I can see that. Because some of the calls I receive, some of the people that call me, no disrespect. I know some of you not clicking on here. I can see you people, but I know you watch the show. We're all clicking on for me to see you because some of the calls I receive, that people that were not here watching the show for me to see. But when they call me and decide to express their concern, I knew obviously they watched the show, and the concern was so genuine. But I still also want to disagree the point where they want me to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. The reason I have this platform is to elevate Liberians living in Indiana. The reason I have this platform is to elevate Liberians living in Indiana. And I'm open to discussions, like I said. So I know if you're watching tonight, you don't think that I'm going contrary to what we talked today or we talked yesterday. But nobody going to censor my view. Nobody going to control what I say here. Nobody going to control what I do on my platform. The way by arcade day where people will tell you what to be saying, or you can't say certain thing, and you know the community Benedict ever saying, I ain't going to take that from nobody. And when it reached the point, some of you who call me and you keep calling me to put me under the impression that you're the head of the community, you want to control what I say, I would just take a picture and put it up here and shame you too. I agree we can work together to fix this community problem. But we cannot see wrong that you tell me, say, oh, you can't call certain people Nemo. You will not call certain people to tell them what's happening with the community. I ain't going to insult nobody. No, I ain't going to insult nobody. I can rest assure you. But if somebody step up tomorrow and say, hey, I want to be the next president. You know, the other day, I was saying something and somebody was like, huh, you got to go deeper than that. Yesterday, the person that called me, one of them called me, but I'm calling nobody in here because I respect them. They want us to have a dialogue. We will meet, we'll have a dialogue. But somebody said something yesterday and it went down to my soul. The person said, I enjoy the show. I like the way you are going. But I want you to go deeper. And I asked the person, what do you mean deeper? In terms of saying I should go deeper, what are you trying to say? The person said, go as far as to some of the board members or even the board members of LDR. I said, whoa, what do you mean? He said, I have dossier on some of them. If you want me to provide evidence, I will supply you with documents of some of the board members. I said, what do you mean? He said they are not useful. I said, what do you mean? And he started to explain. And he said he got pieces of evidence. He said some of the things that destroys the community today is because of some of the board members that we have. And some of the board members, some of the bad apples who just sitting there, do not speak on any issue, do not take any positions. I'm waiting. This is your platform, my people. When you get your issue, anything you want us to talk about that confronts the community, bring it out. We'll talk about it here. And some of the board members who just said, do not advise the organization, do not advise the president for the next course of action, sit there, do nothing, only in the name of I'm board member. Trust me, I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. I will call some of your name here. To the point where even if we meet for the Liberian Independent Day program, you'll see me and say, whoa, that PK come in, move from here. I will not, in fact, me even have my leg up because that man coming. I'm telling you the straight up. Because this show is about to bring the truth. So one time I went to one program, I saw one pastor in there had a corona. I didn't know it. Somebody I would take a picture and I put it right out here. I say, you see a pastor got a corona, but he not doing bad thing you. But yeah, he won't hide it. I will show him on TV with his corona, let everybody see him drinking it too. So at least when you see a member drinking it, you have no problem with it because you yourself you can drink it. But you can't be doing the same thing the other person doing, then you blaming the other person for the same thing you're doing. That's the reason we will use this platform to tell the truth. But like I said from the beginning, I really appreciate those that reach out to me. Those that reach out to me, you know yourself. I'm calling nobody name. I'm calling nobody name here. All of you are my baby brother and my uncle name. I appreciate you reach out to me. You talk about the community problems. But I want the same time you people reach out to me, you can reach out to Mr. Tati as well. You can reach out to Miko. You can reach out to Dr. Family. I think he's on the board, or maybe all of those people that are on the board. You can please reach out to them and talk to them the same way. Let all of us come together and have their conversation. Because somebody asked me, oh, were you angry yesterday on Tuesday when you had your show? What should I be angry? The community never came my pa. They never came my mama. They do nothing to my wife and my children. So I'm not angry. I'm only speaking about things that we can do better and we were never doing better. Then somebody talk about, oh, Tutu McCarthy were on the show and she started calling names and why you never control her. I said, listen, first of all, when Tutu McCarthy took on, she said she's going to call names. And I said to Tutu, before you speak, allow me to send this disclaimer. And I sent a disclaimer. Whatever Tutu McCarthy say on this platform, she will be held liable. Looking Hours is not held liable for Tutu comments. And when Tutu reached a certain point, I said, Tutu, slow down small. You're going too much. Relax. Because when Tutu started mentioning the other person get cross-eye, and the other person, and the other person laughing, I said the platform not for that one. Let relax, I said, let cool down. But in a few days, coming soon, you will see that flyer. There's a program coming up called The Talk. The Talk. You will see beautiful ladies, and they will have the day here. I will not be on my show. My show is Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. The Talk we have a different day. And on that, The Talk is hot topic. So if you can stand the heat, don't sit down near the fire. And I know the women that will be controlling the show, that will have their show called The Talk. They will be discussing anything and everything. So y'all get ready for them. If you have a teen scheme, when they're having a show on the day, don't listen. Because I know they will talk about everything that has to do with boyfriend, girlfriend, married man. Married man, you go creep to somebody heart, the person take a picture and give it to us, we'll bring it on the show yet. You won't get there, why we have to show your picture yet? We'll tell you where we're not sending you there. So that one part, The Talk will be the Little G's show on the Looking Hours. So you get ready for that one. So somebody pop in there anytime yet, they are holy, then they can go creep and do some baba thing there. looking hours here. Oh. When they take a picture, they bring it here, we'll display you. We will display your picture. Trust me. So the talk is coming up. The talk will be the program on the Lookings Hour. And the talk, all the people in the town I want to deal with social issue. You want to talk about somebody and how to behave to you. And if you feel you're not insultive, the talk going to be controlled. I want to call the host of the talk. And they're going to be up here. So beautiful ladies. They're about 7 or 8 or 5. And just discussing issue from one point to another point. And it's going to be fun and jovious. So if you have a stressful day, just sit down and watch that talk. And watch the talk and ease your stress and just laugh in your bed or wherever you're going to be, because I can rest assure you it's going to be hot. Because for me, my show, my style of presenting is different. I want to be so diplomatic. I don't want people having issue with my show. But the talk, maybe they ain't going to be polishing. They're going to be bringing it to you direct. So when like the way Tutu are flowing, if it were their talk, they're going to give her the chance to flow. So, hey, my sister Olivia Cherry. So I just telling you, there's a show coming up called The Talk, and they are the host of the talk working between they want to use Monday or they want to use Friday, but I think they will come back to you to ask you, the audience, when do you think would be better for the talk? You want Monday or you want Friday? And when you choose any of these days, which time you think better for the talk? Because hey, Lincoln Blodgett, how are you? They want the little children to be sleeping, because when the talk coming on, it's gonna be hot. For example, somebody will just jump out and say, "Oh, yesterday, for a reliable source, we saw Pastor John coming from in Sister Caroline room." Then the person say, "You get proof?" He say, "Yeah." The person say, "Pastor John picture." Bam, Pastor John picture will come right on the TV. Everybody will see Pastor John coming from in Sister Caroline room. So you see how it's gonna be. So the talk gonna be so hot to the point where if you have skeleton in your closet, you better get rid of it. You better get rid of it, because these beautiful ladies, they will not be shying away from anything. They will not be shying away from anything. You see them, they putting their dates coming up small. Somebody saying Wednesday, somebody saying Sunday, Wednesday, Friday. Oh, yo, die in the journey. Oh my God. Trust me, the talk is coming up on the Lookings Hour. Watch up for it. It's going to be the hottest show in Indiana. Some of you with teen skin, the talk going to wake you up. The talk going to bring this community and make this community lively. Inside the other day, we talk about the Valentine's Day program, how we're going to have fashion police. All the people that are supposed to be the fashion police, they will be right on their talk. When the organization or any program going on in town here, they will go there secretly. Be taking some of your picture then. That ever say hi he boss said just still all time. You all the way, Joe, we are time still get a high he just keeping it. When they put it, tell you how he full. They can put it on the Lookings Hour on the top. Oh, it will be fun. Imagine so they put it well when they finish doing the makeup there. Then when they can't lay on you, wow, then all your clothes so makeup on it. That will disgrace it. We'll talk about it, yeah. And one thing about it, I will not be here. They put controlling their own show. I will just take my phone, be in my corner, or go to YouTube and be watching it and be killing myself with it too. Trust me. I just sending this out right now as a caveat. If you live in a part of the world, you have thin skin, the talk will not only be restricted to just Indiana, but it will be dealing with issues of everywhere. That has to do with young people, has to do with society, has to do with gender balance, have to do with musician, have to do with pastor. So y'all get ready. Y'all get ready. The people there, now people are going to sit down today and say, "Oh, let's plan a topic, we're going all the way to net." No. All the people topic, it will be so spontaneous. Share they can't up here, boom. They say today we're on my way, so. Then the other person say, "Open your profile." They open your Facebook profile. They start looking for things inside to talk about. Yes, sir. Let me say that to you. Oh, just get fat way. Oh, like me, they want to own my knee to net umpa. So get ready. If you have a thin skin, Don't listen to that talk. That talk gonna be hot, stimulating. It's gonna be beautiful ladies show, and that show gonna be coming up soon called That Talk. They're gonna be on the Logan's Hour. They are deciding on which day to use. So if they find 2 days of the week that they're gonna come up with their talk, they're gonna be up here. You're gonna see beautiful women like Olivia Keep on Johnson Cheyi. You're going to see Mawen Sosa. You're going to see Pamela Kwese. You're going to see Samar Hamoud Logan. You're going to see maybe Shelly Hamoud. You're going to see Grace. So there are so many beautiful, beautiful women going to be up here. So there are about 6 or 7. Just sit down up here and just have a conversation. You see what when you're watching somebody celebrity news and thing, and see people just sitting and just having conversation. That's how they're going to be doing it. So when you decide to get on your knee and be like, oh, what do you make of Mawen Sosa to the Valentine's Day program? That the high heels you are wearing. What do you think? Somebody will just jump and say that high heel was a Chinese high heel. Oh wow! Oh, and then they start laughing. Bah, 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 bah. Then they say, oh, the other person here feed the B ball, the big gap. But I saw them to Macy's the other day. The shoe they had on the body from Macy's, and guess what? I got a receipt for the shoe. The shoe is $12. Oh, so that's the kind of fun that will bring back. And that's a poor get pissed. Oh my god. I'm sorry though. I'm sorry. Trying to ease myself a little because I've been following the issue with Russia and Ukraine. It had me so sad all day. So like today, I almost canceled the show, but I was like, well, I just have to go there. Uh, you know, but I'm so happy that you people always here. You people make this our own place. So let's make this lively. Like we have that talk coming up. We are also asking if some of the older people in town or around the world or wherever place you live, Liberia, you can live Canada or wherever. If you want to have one day and have your show and call your show another name, you can get in contact with me. Yes, you can sit up here and have your own show and call your show another name. The same way they have CNN. CNN have different show. My brother, Honorable Rich, that way basic, yeah. What's going on? Yeah. So we can have different show. So hey, my wife let money beno. My wife, yeah, my wife, she not come out business owner ego. Now, hey, so we were just talking about Russia and Ukraine, and we know what's going on. I was up watching the news, and I talk about how gasoline, we're going to have shortage of gasoline soon. So those are all who work longer distance. Let's start getting ready for that because it's going to be a little tough one. Because, like I said here, Russia is the second largest producer of oil around the world, and Russia is the top producer of natural gases. So if they put in economic sanction on Russia, and Russia cannot do more things outside the gases and things that they produce, the oil that they produce, they're going to have it conserved for themselves. So trust me, in terms of exporting, Russia is the second in the world, followed by Saudi Arabia. They are the first. So who knows? Let's pray for the people of Ukraine because the invasion on Ukraine, it seems like it ain't going to end anytime soon. Let's just pray, man. Bigger countries like Russia with the highest second highest military power in the world, when you got nothing going on with the whole world coming together, they can't just put Russia in rush to say, "Oh, Vladimir Putin, we give you 5 days to leave." What y'all say that on? Soon as the child say that, they say you have you all of that play the pay bell before I load child sit down to Sarah Bolo. But when it comes to Russia, all the top people in the world they say that they discuss it. Oh, we'll put session. But child say that on. Just put that on right here. The child say like it's 72 hours to lead our country full. Low child say all right to Sarah Bolo with my baby plastic man. So we check out to pray for the people of Ukraine because the whole world can't do anything to Russia so easily, except they try to strangulate them when it comes to their economic issue, control the kind of the way they have the cash flow or money in their country. But notwithstanding, what happening in Ukraine? A lot of people trying to get out of Ukraine, but they are sad realities. They can't do anything about it. What happening? So it is what it is. So there you go. I'll be out here soon. Like I said, the talk will be fun. So my show will not be a lot of fun, but the talk will bring you a lot of fun. So if you want fun, if you've been waiting around for fun, get ready for the talk. The talk going to The talk going to give you more fun. So today we have this thing going on in Liberia. You see, the let me just say this one before I leave. You know why the entire world, the G7, and all the words coming together now to discuss the issues that are going on right now in Ukraine. Instead of us being so far-sighted and getting involved and sitting to find the remedy, how can we solve them? Sadly, our lawmakers, they are sitting joking. Other men say he karate man. Then the rest of them, they're laughing. Whoa, 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 whoa. See the thing here. See your lawmaker. We're around the world right now. People discussing the issue that's happening in Russia. See your lawmaker. See here. You see that? Now we are supposed to start comparing notes with other countries around the world. Our lawmakers have to start speaking internationally. Our lawmaker went to a session, black belt on his waist, and said he doing what the president did. This is sad. These are some of the things we're talking about. What if something happened in Liberia tomorrow? Who do we allow all going to speak for us? When the people who normally speaks, they are unserious. They are unserious. But now we're standing. Thank you for joining me tonight. I'm Otto here. I just popped into like, hey, she consistent. You say your love maker, eh? Like, hey, there, my brother. Once you pull babies in power, that's what you get. Instead of elect the right people, we can pull unrighteous people in power. They will want to demand righteousness from them. And that's the problem we are confronted with. Not only Liberia, like even when we're talking about this Liberian community. November, we're going to election. Who are we going to elect? On what basis we're going to elect that person? But on Saturday, Saturday. Okay, yeah, I'll make up for Saturday show. Saturday when we meet here, we saw friends of Alvin T. Penner. They have Alvin T. Penner. They have posted his platform. I don't know if that's his platform or that's his flyer, but how much I saw him posting it himself, so it means he acknowledged it. I can say for sure because I saw himself posting it. So we're going to scrutinize it on Saturday. We're going to come here with scrutinize Alvin Penner platforms because on his flyer, I see he have 12 payloads. So of these 12 pillars, he said, so it's the Alvin T. Penner movement. So the Alvin T. Penner movement presents, number one, they say civil education. Number two, they say good sanitation. Number three, capacity building. Number four, health awareness. Number five, economic education. Number six, accountability. Number seven, transparency. Number eight, women and youth empowerment. Number nine, okay, number eight, women and youth empowerment. Okay, that 8 and 9 together. Number 10, development. Number 11, better representation. Number 12, improved education system. So, Mr. Penner have 12 pillars. And Mr. Penner will be contesting in district number 8 after he's complete his registration and gets certificated by the National Election Commission. So, interestingly, Mr. Penner, he's one of our brothers from the community here. But like I said, there's no safe haven for anyone here. This platform is meant to bring the truth to you. So, If you don't know Mr. Pena, he's the former president. Let me read Mr. Pena's profile. So, Alvin T. Pena is a native of Liberia, West Africa. He studied criminal justice, criminology major, political science through classical studies, U.S. government Harvard Kennedy School of Government through Harvard critical thinking. He served as a patrol officer for ADM, enforcement, deputy chief for crime prevention task force, worked with martial investigation. As a special officer, he is currently serving as strategist to the RNC, a civil member of Honor Society. Mr. Pena is the founder of Vision for Success Global, the former president of the Liberian Association of Indiana, former member of the Executive Council, ULA, a consultant to What About the Children, WASH. Mr. Pena is the current chairman of the board of directors of the Vision for Success Global Corp and a CEO at Pena Inc. Mr. Pena is a father and a family man. He is astute and ready to serve mankind. So that's Mr. Alvin T. Pena. As you heard me saying here, this is the movement from the Alvin T. Pena. That's why they posted. So what we're going to do here on Saturday, we'll be tearing it apart on Saturday. We'll be tearing the 12 pillars. We will discuss the 12 pillars. We will scrutinize it. We'll ask you for your input. Number one, if you can take this from me, record it. If you have your input on it, you're going to call on Saturday when the show starts. Civil education, good sanitation, capacity building, health awareness, economic education, accountability, transparency, women and youth empowerment, development, better representation, improved education system. So we're going to discuss them one by one. Civil education, we'll discuss civil education. We'll discuss good sanitation. We'll discuss capacity building. We're going to find the lines between them. We're going to differentiate what makes this different from this, why this is important and why this is not important. Like I said here, this program is not for anybody to say, well, the person is my friend, so we'll not discuss my friend when it comes to his political activities. We will support whoever person. But when it comes to platforms, we have to discuss the platform. We have to scrutinize the platforms. We have to make sure our people have better representation. We have to make sure the food you're giving to our people to eat, they are not poison. So that's why we will grab Mr. Morris' platform here too. We will discuss it. We'll tear it apart. But because Mr. Alvin Pena has posted his, we're going to tear it apart on Saturday. We will discuss this. We'll discuss each of it. We'll ask you for your say. We are not going to be negative, though. We're just going to be discussing the items on here. We'll come to improve education system. How? So we'll be asking the question, how Mr. Alvin Pena going to improve the education system? Then we'll go back to his experience. We'll go back to his working history. Then we'll go back to youth empowerment and youth empowerment and development. So we're going to go back to his youth empowerment skills. Because, you know, your past prepare you for your future. So we'll go back to all of those. Accountability, transparency. We'll be looking at how transparent he is. Accountability, how accountable he is. How many institutions he have managed. How many data he have managed. And how transparent he were at the time he was managing those institutions. So we're going to bring him to the spotlight. We're going to put him on this platform. We're going to discuss all of these issues. Then we open it up for people to call in. We know some people are going to object to what we say. Some people are going to have negative saying about whatever. But yet instead, Alvin Pena, he's our brother. He contesting for Liberia, one of the biggest seats in the House of Parliament. So we're not just sit and just allow our brother to go unprepared. So we will start from here. We will bring our brother under the microscope on Saturday. So if you're anywhere and you watch this show on Saturday, we're going to bring Mr. Alvin T. Pena under the microscope on Saturday and discuss who is Mr. Alvin T. Pena. Like I said here just now, Mr. Alvin T. Pena is a native of Liberia. Mr. Alvin T. Pena, in short, he was born in Liberia, West Africa. Some of you that follow me and do not know what West Africa, Liberia is. Liberia is in West Africa. Because the other day I was with some of my friends and I talk about West Africa. Somebody were confused because they have Liberia in Costa Rica. So the person I was talking about Costa Rica. So I'm talking about the Liberia that is in West Africa. So Alvin Penn is a Liberian from West Africa. And he's a very smart guy. The man studied criminal justice, criminology, major political science through classical study, U.S. government, Harvard Kennedy School. You see that? So the man, not smart man. So if the man put up platforms or put up his pillows that he's going to run on, he know what he's saying. So if we come here to discuss it, TIA apart, and put it back together, he's strong enough. He got thick skin. He's going to see it as criticism. He could see it as constructive criticism. So maybe if we tear it apart on Saturday of the 12 pillows, Mr. Penner in his wisdom might just reduce it to 4 pillows and take some of those and just place them into Pacific pillows. Because like I said, it's 12 pillows. Maybe 2 of these pillows could go into the same place. Improve education, youth empowerment. Who knows? Maybe I think could say, yeah, okay, I put those in the same area. Accountability, transparency, they could go to the same place. But now it's Stanley, I've been my brother. And I know I've been following this show tonight. I've always follow my show. But on Saturday, I'm going to be real brutal. I ain't going to be doing brother bit on Saturday. Because Mr. Penner going to be going for the higher seat. On Saturday, we're going to take all the platform apart. We're going to pull everything apart. They will put it back together. They will prepare Mr. Penner, say, Mr. Penner, we want you to go and represent us. And we have Mr. Morris the other day here, Samuel Morris. He said he owned. But we haven't seen his platform yet. For me, maybe he has posted them. I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen the pillows that he's running on. I would love to see them. I would love to have people up here with me. Let's tear Mr. Morris apart and pillows apart too. Let's look inside. Like all the people that want political offices, everybody, I will bring you under the microscope. I will tear you. I will look in your closet. You see the reason why I be scratching my eye, I will look in your closet, I breathe. Because man, I mean, say I was born, I got no record. So I brave to discuss anything. I just kidding, man. The other day I'm a confucianist. Thank you for following the Lookings Hour tonight. I'm so grateful that you're here. And this is the man that causing trouble in the world today, Vladimir Putin. He's the president of Russia. Mr. Putin, please, man. Please, man. I was saying to somebody today, this is just a joke. I said to somebody today, I said, though Joe Biden is the president of America and these things going on. But imagine if Trump was the president of America and they kind of thing going on. Oh, the media. He will come and say, we will put sanction on him today. And Russia going to pay. Hey, man. Hey, Trump. People hit Trump, but Trump got fired in his voice. All right. So, guys, thanks for following us tonight. We look forward to seeing you again on Saturday. And Saturday we'll come here. We'll be strictly politics. We're going to discuss platforms. So why I'll be going on the chat or whatever place to look for Mr. Morris on the pillows that he's running on. Why I already have Mr. Pennons, I'm going to look for Mr. Morris and see if I can grab the both of them and discuss them here on Saturday. If for any reason, if I will have somebody else to co-host the show and let's discuss these platforms before we prepare our people to send it out. You know, our people will not just tell us, say, oh, we're going to run Labrador to be lawmaker. We just say, okay, go now. Then when they pull get a Labrador, the media and the other people that start questioning it too, then they say, but why are you sat on intern there with us? You ain't tell anything that we're doing wrong. So we'll tell them all the things they're doing wrong. We'll put it under the microscope. We'll discuss issue here. Some of them will get very up. They will feel bad. They will call us speech from us. But in the end, we'll still be friends again. Because that's why friends are for. Tell your friends the truth. Don't keep hiding from them. Tell your friends the truth. So we'll discuss all the issues here. Because if you keep hiding the truth from your friend, you're not a good friend. So if you want to discuss the issue, we'll discuss the issue. If you feel that you're on certain camp, and maybe I'll be going so deep, and because that's how our politics, we do our politics. If you're supporting somebody and somebody try to do constructive criticism, you feel the person trying to hate the person or the person is antagonizing. No, we're just discussing the issue. We just want the best candidate to represent our community, because whoever person come from our community here, you should be the best person, because you cast expression, your reflection in the Liberia arena, it shows that you're from Indiana. So they expect Indiana to put out the best person. So between Mr. Ivan Penner and Mr. Morris, Samuel Morris, we will always have the discussion on the both names. And the person who coming up to run against Rufus Tati in November of 2022, you better start making yourself known now. You better start discussing yourself now. You better start making some efforts. Let's see you. Because when you just jump out, maybe September or October, you say November, I'm going to be president. When we grab you, you'll feel that we hate you. Or you should make sure you're very clean. We're not going to no meeting where somebody say, who I want to vote today, put your hand up. We're not doing it. Hell no. I would disrupt. I will call police and all y'all take me from there. It will be a fair democratic process. We will go to the process. We will have debates. You will tell what you want to do. We will ask you questions. Ain't nothing where we come and go sit down somewhere, somebody just jump up. Oh, and who I want election today, put your hand up. We're not doing nothing no more. It happened in town here. It was a mistake. And the only reason it was a mistake, it was some of our first time going to some of these meetings, and we had some of the elders that we respect or respected at the time. And it would never happen. The day it happened in the town, they will have to call police to take me from there. I would disrupt the entire function. I will call police, and if for any reason, I will file a class action lawsuit against the community leaders. I will get people to affix their signature to that. And will charge the community for emotional distress. So that thing I used to be doing behind the hall, when people come and say, oh, we the people here, or we the old people here, y'all listen to, oh, we're not listening to you no more. We're not listening to you. The world have changed. Y'all either get along, we work together, the older people and the younger people, but we're not doing that thing no more. Y'all can't be behind the hall, they can't do one meeting, go to the meeting and say, oh, we're having an election in the meeting here today. It will not work no more. It will not work no more. If the people who we trust to lead the community cannot lead the community, we'll take it from you. We'll take it from you. You not see that thing where they get self-imposed leader? We'll take it from you and announce our president right there, Roland Akwe, the next president, Pamela Kwesi, vice president, Mawen Soso, secretary, and we'll have our election right there, government star. Let's go. Yeah. Because we ain't taking that thing in the time anymore. We ain't taking that thing in the time anymore. In this time here, in this dispensation, 2022, we will have to live like civilized people. Whoever person want to become the next community leader, we are not making you scared. We just ask that you get familiar with the community. Try to familiarize yourself with the community. Try to know the community demarcation. Try to know how many Liberians live in South Bend, in other places. You can just jump out tomorrow. You even know how many Liberians live in Indiana. You have never done a survey. Then you just jump out tomorrow. Oh, I want to represent you. Who are you going to represent when you don't know how many people even live here? You have never been to anybody home or any function to know the problems they are confronted with. Then you jump out. Oh, I want to be law. I want to represent you. But I hope that person that will be coming 2022 November, that person should be a younger person. Yeah, that person should be a younger person. Because when you're a younger person, you'll be able to stand some of us because we will get under your skin. Because of your age, I know your yellow marrow and everything stay in your bone. You can stand to argue. Or if you fool yourself, you old person, and you come in with that mentality that, oh, you gotta respect the old man, I get it under your skin. So if I will be the cause you die from pressure, so be it. But I will get under your skin. I will take a picture. Everything I can will display a picture on my show yet, and just talk about you. Maybe I'll make you more famous when I'm talking about you. But if you're some old person and your clothes are not clean, your dues are not paid, You're not in standing with the organization. You can't go to any of the organization function, then you jump out, you want to be president. You will see the man, the black guy where he beat at it. I will be on your knee to the point where when we even go to community function and the place you'll be sitting, where I will come to shake your hand. To say, hey, how you doing, sir? How are you? And look in your eyes. To tell you, say, hey, yeah, ma. So get ready. If you know, that's me. I'm on fire. All right, my people who've been here for some time now, we just gotta go home to now. Thank you so much for following. Thanks to everybody who been here, who has followed us tonight. Thanks to all of my brothers and sisters. So now you won't be calling Nina, but when you calling name, miss somebody Nina, but you say, oh, say you miss my Nina, I'm coming to that show again. Yeah. So thanks to everybody for following. Thanks for everybody for always following this show. This is our show. But look up for the talk. The show that's going to bring civility to Indiana. Their talk. So if your skin soft, that talk gonna make you to get thick skin. They're gonna be dealing with G's. They own thing. They are not journalists, so they ain't gonna use a ABC, accurate, balanced, and credible. They ain't get time for all that one. It ain't gotta be accurate. It ain't gotta be balanced. It ain't gotta be credible. You bring the G's, they will discuss it. You bring anything, they will discuss it. Yes, they will discuss it. That's why they call the people their talk. So get ready for them. So thank you for following tonight. Let's pray for the people of Ukraine. We know they are in difficult times. We keep watching CNN, see what they are going through. We are all human. What happened to Ukraine? It could happen to anybody. Like I said, I was in Banga when Banga fell. When the rebel took over, it was just that early morning before I got up from bed. I just hear the sound, boom, everywhere. It was just shooting going on. That's how it was this morning in Ukraine. People got up in the morning, just see there was explosion everywhere. And man, these days it's just a drone taking the bomb and dropping it up. Ain't like that thing we're doing in Liberia. The mega AK coming to you. Oh, ain't that you there? You rolling, ain't that you were cursing me on the video the other day? Can't sit on the ground. Now they want to put fighting these days. One man can kill 30,000 people just for one explosion. So thanks for following on to there. Let's pray for the people of Russia. Thank you, and have a good night.